What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. Here we go. We have some interesting stuff here. Why is the SEC not following a faithful allegiance to the law? The SEC destroyed 15 billion in value in the XRP market. Gary Gensler is a corrupt hypocrite. Now, listen guys, I previously released a video and someone in the comments said, because I made a comment, I said like, there are 90% of people left crypto. And you can see that. I don't have any proof of that. There's no metric to show that. But look at the volume. Look at the prices. Why are we so low right now? Why do you think everyone is afraid right now? Just ask yourself, and if you're in crypto and look at yourself, is it not harder to invest right now when there was hype? It's harder. It takes more balls to invest right now. Why is that? It's because of what they're doing. They are instilling fear, and Gary Gensler is one of them. Look at this. Gary Gensler is a corrupt hypocrite, and this is not even coming from just someone. Brett Garlinghouse is even saying this. Look at this.
And I look at that as like the SEC, it is a government agency. The government works for the people. The judge is ordering the SEC to turn these notes over, and they won't do it, and they keep coming up with new reasons why. So much so that the judge, in her most recent ruling, said the SEC is being hypocritical, and I will quote, saying not following a faithful allegiance to the law. These are damning words for an agency whose mission is stated as to protect investors. In the case of the the Ripple lawsuit, they destroyed $15 billion of value in the XRP market when they filed the lawsuit. That was not protecting investors.
Here you can
and I look
see
at that as like...
So the judge called the SEC hypocritical, which is also Gary Gensler. So, and you can see guys, this is the government. This is a governmental institution, right? And that's what they do. They make you afraid. They want you out most of crypto. And that's what's happening right now. Why do you think a very few people get rich? It's because of these moments. They are too afraid to put the foot on the gas right now. This is it. This is the accumulation zone. And it takes a while. It's not that crypto is going to go up tomorrow. You have to have patience. And that's what's so hard. So it would appear that Uphold only has 8 mil XRP left. I don't know if they're getting more or not, but I'm not risking it. See, now that's the right mentality. Don't take risks. 8 million on an exchange that actually loves XRP. Uphold is a major advocate for XRP, and now they only have 8 million. Guys, there is a huge supply shock coming in, and this is not the only exchange. Many exchanges don't even have treasuries of XRP. So it's getting very, very small, guys. The Federal Reserve is developing a new interbank 24/7 365 real-time gross settlement service with integrated clearing functionality called the FedNow service. Go look up the FedNow service and look who they are working with. They are working with Volanti Technologies. Volanti Technologies, guys, is a Ripple partner. That's how you connect the dots. Go look it up. Go out, open your tab right now and look it up. Because I can guarantee you guys that the Fed is going to use RippleNet. And here is proof. This position would include a Wednesday, Sunday schedule and would cover third shift hours, which is midnight, 9 a.m. The Federal Reserve is developing new interbank real-time gross settlement service with integrated clearing functionality called the FedNow service, right? And this is it. This is Volanti Technology. You can connect the dots. You can search who they are working with, and you will find, the end game is Ripple. Scathing article from Forbes magazine headlines that SEC Chair Gary Gensler has botched crypto regulation. Looks like the cows have come to roost. Campaign still, it feels like just a matter of time until Gensler is forced out and the White House appoints someone to do the job he was supposed to do. Create a regulatory framework that, in the case of crypto, protects retail investors and allows good actors to build innovative crypto and blockchain companies on American shores. Now, there is a big possibility that this happens after the lawsuit, right? When Ripple wins and XRP is deemed non-security, they will get rid of Gensler, get someone else, and then the other cases that will involve crypto will have to abide by the same rules that Ripple has. And then it's going to be a different game, right? different framework, and finally there's clarity. This is how it will look after the lawsuit, guys. It's a major, it's like Ripple lawsuit is for whole crypto a major catalyst if it goes the way we think it will. Central banks continue to hoard gold. I wonder why. I believe XRP will be backed by an ounce of gold. So the biggest use case ever in blockchain would be the tokenization of gold. And this is where we're heading. Everything is being tokenized, right? Stocks, derivatives, everything. They want to tokenize everything because we live in the digital era. This is what's happening, right? And that is why XRP is so crucial for this. The former United States president issues NFTs, and he didn't like crypto before. We are getting there. This is very interesting, guys, because we have Donald Trump actually that released NFTs, and he was not an advocate for crypto. Now, what brought him to actually use crypto or want to do NFTs, right? This shows you guys that whatever they say, don't trust it. Don't trust the governmental people. This is, again, they say that they don't like crypto, and look, here he is selling NFTs. And that's the problem, right? Central bank digital currencies will be framed as safety and convenience, but they open a gate to governmental financial control and social credit systems on many aspects of our life. Countries all around the world are piloting this. CBDCs. Now, this is a very interesting argument here because this guy is going to say that CBDCs will actually bring more control and score systems and surveillance, right? And he's right with that. Let's take a look.
CBDCs here in the US are a really bad idea, Tucker, for a few reasons, but it's worth knowing the reason that economists supposedly support it, right? So the main argument is they say that actually China is doing it and the US will be less competitive and that the dollar would be less strong if the US fails to keep up. There are so many things wrong with that argument, but the first and most obvious is that that's a good path to get us to be more like China, which is not a good way for the US to go in terms of being a surveillance state. And actually, it's exactly for that reason that if you think about it, the U.S. could actually have a stronger dollar if it does not jump onto the CBDC bandwagon, because people might want to actually hold a currency that doesn't allow them to be the subject of surveillance and control. So you could make the argument equally in reverse about the supposed strong dollar that we're going to miss out on without the CBDCs. And this is, of course, against the backdrop that you know well, Tucker, which is the fetishization of the strong dollar as supposedly a good end-all, be-all anyway. That's right. It actually hurts American manufacturers, and there's a very good reason why China has artificially tried to depress its currency to have a weaker yuan. So on many levels, the argument fails.
This is not an investment show, but since you're very fluent in this language and knowledgeable, what will this do to gold prices? I mean, if they get close to this, a lot of people are just going to try to opt out of the system, correct?
I would think that it has a big effect, a positive effect on gold prices. Markets have been a little bit weird in the last year where gold certainly hasn't gone up as you might have actually otherwise predicted it to in normal times. But against that backdrop, though, when you ultimately all forms of paper become meaningless and actually go into digital currencies that could be means of governments effectuating control, that might be the last stand for actually gold finally having the last laugh at the end of the day. But more importantly, Tucker, is we should not see this great reset, this dissolution of boundaries between the public and private sector, between different nations, ultimately create this new world order. And CBDCs, mark my words, are just the symptom of that deeper cancer.
Well, that is exactly right. So nicely put. Vic, it's great to see you tonight. Thank you so much.
So it's quite surprising that this is on the news, because you can actually get in trouble for saying this, right? Because he's completely right, guys. He is completely right. CBDCs are the start of something evil and something very wrong, because they will have more control, more surveillance, and of course RippleNet and XRP are providing the technology for that. We have to acknowledge that. That's just how it is. That's just the truth, right? That doesn't mean that when you hold XRP that you will not profit from that, right? So that is why we do that, because it's gonna happen. They're going to use RippleNet whether we like it or not. So that is why we hold XRP. It's a bit like gold and silver. Of course, gold and silver, guys, have more tangible value. To be honest, gold and silver are major assets to have in this economy right now. And notice how he said that the gold price has been weird in the last year. Doesn't that also apply to XRP? Think about that. Think very carefully about that and look what's happening, because it's all in front of us. Will XRP be backed by gold? The chance is very big. Now here we have the CEO of Binance saying that Kevin O'Leary is a liar. Look at this.
He didn't know that Binance was a shareholder of FTX. So he invested in FTX without looking at the cap table. But he was very specific in the way he counts for a transaction 2 years ago. So that's kind of contradictory. So I think Calvin's a liar. So I think he's lying about a bunch of stuff. So that's his problem. To us, we want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
So do it.
And we're in.
Very interesting, right? This space is really heating up, guys. Get your funds off exchanges. Don't trust any exchange. Keep your keys safe. And that's it. That's how you win in the long term. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.